Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube, Diggy546? This time we got Tim Boyle, and when he checked in the game, on Sunday, I was thinking that we were going to see the worst quarterback play we've seen this year. I was thinking we probably would see the worst quarterback play we've seen since Jake Fromm and Mike Glennon. But actually, it was refreshing. I mean, we got better quarterback play than we even got with Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito, which is sad. And we at some points got better quarterback play than even Daniel Jones. You got Tim Boyle under center. This is his first play of the day, and I'm just expecting everything to crash and burn. And we get off to a nice start here, a nice play action, recognizing a blitz, knowing he has to get rid of it, getting rid of it. And something I like so far is the quick release. So taking a look here, as he's under pursuit, he's able to get it out quickly. And, you're moving the ball a little bit. So nothing crazy. First play of the game just shows that he somewhat is aware of what's going on around him. All right, so this next play is what really shocked me. I'm showing you these plays in order today. So the next play, like I said, it kind of shocked me because this play has been out of the playbook pretty much the entire year. Now, you could blame the quarterback, you could blame the protection, but I'm blaming the quarterback, and I'm blaming every quarterback that's played. And not to say that Tim Boyle is the future. He just kind of gave us some entertainment. Now, Wan'Dale is just going to just kind of run through the clear out here. Malik Nabers is going to basically run an out route, and you're getting a max protect all around here. So your two tight ends are staying in. Your only two guys running routes, Wan'Dale Robinson, Malik Nabers. Now, take a look at Tim Boyle. Who's going to take this snap. The protection right here is great. Tyrone, shout out to the folks on Twitter that are saying Tyrone Tracy can pick up a blitz, so that means Joe Shane can keep his job. Anyway, he picked up a nice blitz here, and he throws this with anticipation, and you get a nice, basically threading it on the sideline from Tim Boyle, and I'm like, this is what we're getting here. Like, this is what we're getting out of the fourth string guy. I'm like, we could have used this in week 3. One more time, like, this ball is placed perfectly on the sideline. Take a look at the laser here. Decent protection, like I said, just let it go. Boom. So what do we get right here? We get a whole shot. And this is what we've been begging to get in this offense, to get from our quarterback for like the last 5 years. Because this has been completely gone. Again, the last play was almost completely gone. And this play was definitely gone. Especially from the other hash. Daniel Jones may roll out this way and throw it on that sideline on that last play, but he's not going to be throwing it from the other hash. Take a look at Malik Nabers. He's going to get the outside release here. And this probably isn't the smartest throw. Again, because don't take this as a video of saying like Tim Boyle is the future. Anyway, he's going to get an outside release here, and the ball is just going to go boom. The corner is just you're never even expecting a quarterback to make that throw. It's like he's turning around expecting, is this a comeback? But he's not even expecting him to make that throw. And you get a first down out of that, which is hilarious. You got to have real confidence, and you just got to just not care. He basically just let it rip and just put it right there. All right, so you pretty much got man coverage most of the time, especially on third down here. You're in a 3rd and 5. The sticks are right here. You're going to get a crosser or a drag pretty much from Malik Nabers. Greg Dulcich, I'm so happy that this guy is here. I wanted him out of the draft, but he hasn't really done much in the NFL yet. But anyway, he's here. He's running essentially another drag, but this is a little bit deeper downfield. And you got Wan'Dale, I think, running an out route here from the slot he's motioning into. And you got Darius Slayton just basically running a 9. Now, like I said, this is man across the board. You got one safety deep, Kyle Hamilton, one of the premier safeties. He pretty much eliminates this whole side of the field. Like, he pretty much eliminates it, makes that throw hard. But when you have mostly everything covered, someone is usually open. Now, Tim Boyle, he throws with anticipation. I'll give him credit. But this throw should probably be a little bit deeper downfield for Wan'Dale Robinson. So, he's thinking at this point that Wan'Dale is going to break open and he's going to have a chunk play. But that doesn't happen. And it gets underthrown. So 2 things happen. He's not as open as you thought, and it gets underthrown. Now, let's look underneath. And let's look at Malik Nabers. He is wide open here on 3rd and 5 on the crosser. Wide open. Wide open. I mean, if he catches this, I've said it a million times this year. If he catches this, he's going to make something happen. He hasn't been as good after the catches I've wanted, but I think if he catches this, he has a chance to make a pretty big play because you got this guy right here. You got this guy right here. You got 2 blockers. You know, who knows what will happen. So Malik is just running open. And we don't convert there because his eyes were kind of stuck on Wandale. Props for trying to make something happen. But sometimes on 3rd and 5, you just got to take what's there. So on this play, you're going to get a cover 3. Got your corner drop in there. Shout out to Nate Wiggins. He played himself a nice game. But this is essentially your cover 3 here. Everybody else is going to sink to somewhere around this area of the field. So, you know, they'll be somewhere around here. Simple cover 3 stuff there. So what you're going to get from Wandale is essentially a wheel route. Malik Nabers is going to take inside here. I think he ends up kind of slanting inside on a post. But you get Wandale pretty much wide open on this wheel route here. And Tim Boyle hits him. I mean, these plays have not been available to us because we just wouldn't throw it. We just wouldn't throw it. I mean, some guys will say maybe the guy comes over and rotates and intercepts it. Now, I've listened to you all in the comments. I listened to you all on Twitter. Look at screenshots like this or look at plays like this and say, he can't throw it there because he's going to come down and make an interception. And this isn't even a good throw. This isn't even a good throw here. And look at it. It gets completed. I mean, sometimes you just got to throw the ball. Sometimes you just got to throw the ball. Who cares if it gets intercepted? I mean, no pain, no gain. But here you go. This gets completed here. And Wandale ends up being down, but nice throw there. So I'll say it again. I'm pretty sure what stood out the most from Tim Boyle on Sunday is that he just played looser than everybody else. I mean, Daniel Jones was playing for his job, so he was training. Tommy DeVito is trying to prove himself to be a backup. Drew Lock is trying to get a chance next year. So they're all playing very tight. They're all playing like they don't want to make that mistake that's going to cause the team to take them off of whatever board. Tim Boyle, he has started 11 games, or he's played in 11 games. Every game he plays in, his team loses. He is a guy who's a vet, who is really, I mean, let's keep it real. He really has not been able to accomplish much of anything, but he's still in the league. Why is he still in the league? Because he doesn't care. And he's going to throw the ball in these situations every time. You get Malik Nabers one-on-one on this fade here in the red zone. Why not throw it up to him? I mean, why not throw it up to him? Give him a chance. This ends up being a back shoulder, and guess what? You draw a flag. He drew, I think, 3 or 4 flags, Tim Boyle did, by just throwing it up in these back shoulder situations. Make them play defense. Like, I'm so sick of having quarterbacks who won't throw the ball in the area that it should be because there's someone in their vicinity. Make them go up and play defense there. And we get a flag. So here in the red zone, this is another chance at a red zone touchdown to Malik Nabers, and this is another fade route. Now, something that I've missed in the Daniel Jones era, and it's over, but something that I've missed is that we don't throw these fade routes, and the only times we've thrown these fade routes have been, where the ball just goes like 15 yards out of bounds and it's basically a throwaway. But here, this is probably the best fade route we've seen thrown since Eli Manning was here. I mean, this is about as well placed as he could possibly put it. Maybe you say you put it on a pile on because he's kind of getting held there. Maybe you put it on the back pylon. That might make it a little easier, but this was a ball that could have been catch. It would have been a spectacular catch, but this is a ball that could have been catchable. All right, next play, we're back on the goal line, or still on the goal line, and we don't convert here, but Tim Boyle actually throws the ball. Like, we have been here on 4th and goal so many times, and it'll just play as I'm talking. We've been here so many times where the quarterback just throws the ball away or takes a sack. Who cares if you throw an interception there? Like, everybody is plastered here. Now, when you're in a situation where you got a guy who's a plus at quarterback, this ball's being thrown right here to Wan'Dale Robinson in this area. Like, he's going to be able to run this way and shoot a laser pretty much here. Or throw a laser here in the back of the end zone to Malik Nabers. That's not in Tim Boyle's game. So guess what? He just kind of waits around and he's like, I might as well throw it to where there's 2 blue jerseys. I mean, what if someone intercepts this? It'll get popped up in the air and they'll get tackled. And they get a dropped interception. Not a good play on his part at all. But here on 4th and 2, I mean, why not throw the ball? I mean, what is your benefit for taking a sack there? So it's plays like this that makes me think that the Giants are going to be in good shape because our wide receiver core is usually open. They're usually open whenever we're going against man coverage. We just need a quarterback. We just need a quarterback and a lot of other things. But I think our wide receivers are good, and I think we're only going to improve that. So when I say somebody's going to get here next year and play pretty well, I mean it. Now, look at Wan'Dale Robinson here. He's essentially running a deep crosser, and he's wide open. He's wide open. Jalen Hyatt even is wide open on this route here. Runs a decent route there. So you got, I wouldn't say Hyatt was wide open, but definitely open. As this play develops here, Wan'Dale Robinson is wide open. This ball should be placed downfield. At this point, the safety is nowhere in the picture. Wan'Dale probably catches this ball, runs probably to like the 20-yard line. He's not a burner, so maybe he gets caught there. Maybe he scores. Who knows? But this ball should be thrown out there. One thing about Tim Boyle, though, is he gets it out pretty quick. It's just underthrown. Like, that's the issue there. It's underthrown. If it's not underthrown, you get a huge play there. All right, here we go. We get another penalty force because we actually took a shot. This is Darius Slayton one-on-one against Wiggins. And you get a back shoulder ball, and guess what? He's open there, but the ball's underthrown. And because it's underthrown, he's got to work back to the ball. That's a call every time. That's going to be a flag every single time. If you miss short, the guy has to come back through the corner. And that flag is going to get thrown every time. Now, if you throw it accurate, you got a nice chunk play. But my thing is, if you're not throwing this at all, then teams won't respect you. Defenses will not respect you if you're not going to take this shot here. There's way too much space and opportunity there for nothing to be made. Now, I hope y'all can understand what I mean when I say this dude played loose and he didn't care. Look at him let this ball go. Like, this is what I call a pre-snap read that turns into, I have my guy, he's better than what you have over there, and I'm going to give him a shot. On 4th and 2, mind you. 4th and 2. As soon as he gets this ball, he's like, I'm throwing it up to Leet. The ball's where it's supposed to be. You get a touchdown. We have not seen this. Like, this has been there on tape. It's been there on tape for it to be made, but our guys have not thrown it there. Whether it be, I can list off we saw this a bit with Tyrod Taylor. But besides that, DeVito, Drew Lock, Daniel Jones, Jake Fromm, Mike Glennon, all these guys. What's the guy? Casey Keenum? All of these guys would not throw this. Like, just give the guy a shot. Now, mind you, most of those guys didn't play with Malik Nabers, so that could also play towards it. But I just love him just getting rid of this so quickly, giving his guy a shot there. So we get man coverage right here, and he pretty much gets locked on. I think this is Wan'Dale Robinson here. He gets locked on him, and Malik Nabers is about as wide open as you can get here in the open field. And it's just a shame. He just missed him. And he is heated. You see him, he's like, I'm wide open. And this probably would have put him over 100 yards. If he catches this here, how many times are we going to say this, people? If he catches this here, he's going to probably make something happen. He probably gets 20, 30 yards after contact or after the catch, and he probably, could possibly score. Get another miss there. Hopefully they keep Tim Boyle in there. I doubt they will, but hopefully they did. And we would actually get some exciting plays from Malik Nabers because I don't think Tim Boyle is good enough to win you football games, but I do think he'll actually be able to get players the football when they need it. So in true bad quarterback fashion, he pretty much wraps up his day with forcing it to Malik Nabers, which, why not force it to him? If anything's going to happen that's crazy, it's going to be this, just throw it up to him. Just throw it up to him. And I just appreciated that he threw it up. It's triple coverage. It's horrible decision. It gets intercepted. But I appreciated that he threw it up, though. How many times have we even seen a guy come out of the play action and just let it? It's just something about it, man. Like, this is not a good play. Don't get it confused here. But just something about him resetting here and not needing to take a whole different step before he throws it is satisfying there. Because how many times have we seen Daniel Jones come out of this play action here and have to take a hitch and then step into the throw? And by that time, like, he's getting sacked. He's getting, he's about to fumble. The ball's getting hit as he thrown. Like, this guy can just come out of there and just let it go. And again, horrible decision. Horrible decision. I mean, let's see if we see anybody open. Pretty much just looking right at Malik Nabers. Probably could hit Wandale. Now, I'm just looking at guys there in his line of sight somewhat. Probably not making this throw. But probably could hit Wandale. But, why not force it to leak at the end of the game? I mean, we're trying to get him to 1,000 yards. We're trying to get him to 100 catches. So why not? All right, so Tim Boyle, this is the first film breakdown in a little while. I'm not sure if I put out one last week. I kind of wanted to get this out because it just kind of got me excited for when we actually get a real quarterback in here. Because Tim Boyle, while not a good quarterback at all, showed some tendencies, showed some things that we should expect to see if we have an actual good quarterback. So hopefully it's less than a year that we'll see that, sometime next July. End of next July, we'll start to see that in the preseason. But we saw enough good things on tape to where, Malik Nabers is obviously open a lot of times. Wandale Robinson even is always, open. Darius Slayton is open a lot, and I think he'll probably be back next year. But we'll see. But it was just good to see some of the stuff we saw. Some of the belief in the receivers, giving them opportunities on the sideline, drawing penalties, things that have not existed in this offense for years. Sadly, it took a vet that is literally 0-11 in the games that he's played to see some of these things. And it just shows where we are right now as a franchise. That's Tim Boyle. You all let me know what you think. Obviously, he's not the future, but I hope to see him a little bit more this season because it'll make things a little bit more entertaining.